Welcome back to another episode of Revealing Biblical Truths. In this video, I will attempt to show beyond any reasonable doubt that we do not live on a globe hurtling through infinite space. Rather, just about everything that we were taught about our world growing up has been a lie. The elite know something, and they have hidden this from us for over 60 years. In these series, I will answer big questions. Why? The origins, the history, and the proofs of the biggest cover-up of all humankind. But in this video, I'll begin to present to you an absolute huge preponderance of evidence that the Earth is not a sphere, the solar system is a lie, and many things that scientism tells us are simply rubbish. Are you ready? Because once you start down this rabbit hole, there is no going back. Your whole world is about to be shaken, and it will not only affect you mentally, but emotionally and spiritually. This is the big one, folks. So if you can't handle the truth, if you can't handle this nuclear bomb pill, turn this off right now and go back to sleep, because your world's about to change. Let's begin. Number 1. There is no observable curvature to the Earth. Observations have been done over lasers, over water, as well as high-altitude balloon footage of over 120,000 feet, and there is no curvature. Infrared photography has been performed from airplanes, and they can see over 500 miles away. This is simply impossible on a globe. According to spherical trigonometry, the globe Earth should have a measurable curvature of 8 inches per mile squared. So at 5 miles, we should observe 16 feet of curvature. If there was a pole 16 feet tall at a distance of 5 miles, we shouldn't be able to see any of it. Yet we can observe Chicago from the other side of Lake Michigan, a distance of over 50 miles, with the entire skyline basically visible. This is not a mirage, as some would claim. This is a real science, and it disproves curvature. The physics of water, number 2. Water always will seek and maintain its own level and must be contained by a basin. If the Earth is 73% water, the Earth is a flat plane. Number 3. Periscopes routinely see too far. Number 4. Reflections on water from the sun and moon are never curved, but straight lines to the observer. This is proof of a flat plane. Number 5. Mass has never been shown to attract mass in any scientific experiment. Number 6. Gravity has never been proven in a lab and can be explained for the most part by relative density and buoyancy. Number 7. The motion of the Earth has never been proven by any optical experiment. That was actually a quote by Albert Einstein. The Michelson-Morley, Michelson-Gale, Airy's failure, and Sagnac experiments proved the existence of an ether and also failed to detect any motion to the Earth. Number 8. If the Earth was a globe, airplanes would have to dip their noses 1,000 feet every minute. Also, there is no difference in flight time from east to west or from west to east when the jet stream is not a factor. Number 9. There are no flights going over Antarctica. Number 10. There has never been any north-south circumnavigation. Every time there is a claim to this, we can look at the path taken and see that the individual went to Antarctica and turned around the same way they came. Number 11. The lack of ability to track planes over the southern hemisphere, especially over the ocean. Number 12. The Antarctic Treaty. In 1959, 20 countries signed a treaty that said that there could be no commercialization or private exploration of the Antarctic. Also, anybody going below the 60th parallel must have a permit and not carry over a certain amount of fuel. In addition, there is an Antarctic Defense Force that will prevent anyone from exploring on their own. It's simply off limits. Number 13, Operation High Jump, proves that there is an ice wall at Antarctica, which is the shore of the world's ocean. Number 14, leaked footage of the astronauts from Apollo 11 faking a spherical Earth shot. When they put the camera on the opposite side of the ship and took a photo through the window of Earth, they darkened the interior of the ship to make it look like it was in space. Number 15. The space shuttle uses a rocket engine to land when it should be gliding. Number 16. Astronauts can't keep their stories straight about whether they see stars in space. The ones on Apollo 11 said they couldn't see stars, but in later missions they said they could. Number 17. Supposedly we went to the moon 50 years ago on the technology of a calculator, but we haven't been out of low Earth orbit since 1972. Number 18. The Van Allen belts have now been discovered, so the moon landings were not possible. The Apollo astronauts did not know about or feel the Van Allen belts, yet today NASA tells us we needed to develop shielding to go past low Earth orbit because of them. Number 19. The nature of the astronauts' interviews after the moon landings. The interview that the Apollo 11 astronauts did showed a sullen, depressed team when they should have been ecstatic about going to the moon first. Number 20. NASA lost all the telemetry data as well as the original footage of the moon landings. How convenient. Number 21. There are no 24-hour live feeds of the entire spinning ball. Number 22. 6 of the 7 crew members of the Challenger disaster have been found alive, and most didn't even bother to change their names. Number 23. Promises of private space programs have never been fulfilled. We've heard of private enterprise doing space for over 20 years now, but no one has gone anywhere because they can't. Number 24. Rocket launch footage always shows rockets curving back down towards the ocean rather than leaving Earth to space. First we get a shot of the takeoff, then it curves in a parabolic path. Once out of the audience's view, there is a new camera angle from the ship, which is a green screen, CGI. Number 25. The blue marble shot was admittedly the first image in 43 years from the Earth from NASA. Yet, both the first one and this one are both paintings and done in Photoshop. If you turn the image upside down, it even says the word sex. Backwards, it can be seen as Chi Z stigma, or 666 in Greek. NASA employees even admit that they use Photoshop because they have to. They take images of the flat Earth and paste them on a ball, and then fill in the gaps and add clouds to make it plausible to the public. That was a quote. Are you waking up yet? Number 26. Impossible devices being able to shoot over 200 miles in a straight line, such as the Navy's railgun. Number 27. The Coriolis effect is not real and doesn't cause toilets to flush in opposite directions depending on which hemisphere you're in. It depends on the direction of the water being poured and the shape of the basin. Number 28. Over 6,000 years of recorded history, and star trails are perfect circles that go around Polaris. There is no parallax to the stars, and this is impossible on a globe that is being moved in 4 different directions at 4 different speeds. Number 29. The horizon will always rise to your eye level, no matter how high you are. This is impossible on a globe, as the horizon should dip more and more the higher you go up. Number 30. The moonlight has a cooling effect. Moonlight is significantly cooler than nearby moon shade. This is the opposite of the sun, in opposition to the narrative that the moonlight is simply reflected sunlight. Number 31. Moonlight and phase angles don't line up with the sun. Number 32. Supposedly the moon's mass causes tides, but only on oceans and not other bodies of water. The moon has never been proven to cause tides. Number 33. We have no real photographs of Earth from space. All the things given to us by the government and NASA, which is the government, are cartoons, CGI, and photoshopped images. There is a difference between an image and a photograph, and words mean things. Image comes from your imagination. According to their own science, number 35, satellites would burn up in the atmosphere due to the high temperatures of the sun. In addition, no one has done any maintenance on them that we can see. Number 36. Satellites are actually tethered to weather balloons made in a factory and are remote controlled from the ground. Hundreds of them are in our atmosphere to take pictures of the ground. They are not used for communications, and there are stories in the news from the balloons crashing to the ground, like the one that just happened in Michigan. Number 37. Over 90% of our internet data traffic takes place over undersea cables laid on the floor. We have also ground-based cell towers and repeaters. GPS actually stands for Ground Positioning System. Number 38. We see the same stars on the opposite side of the sun when we are supposed to be facing opposite direction during opposite seasons. How is that possible? Number 39. The sun is closer to the Earth in winter in the heliocentric model. A simple tilt cannot overcome this. Number 40. Crepuscular rays from the sun prove that the sun is small and local, directly above us. If the sun were 93 million miles away, the rays should be perpendicular. Number 41. Falling and shooting stars never come up from the horizon, always down. If the Earth was a globe, they would be coming in all directions. Number 42. Night and day have been filmed at the same time. Number 43. There are lunar eclipses where the shadow comes from the wrong direction on the moon while the sun is still in the sky, proving that it's not the Earth causing the eclipse. Number 44. Lunar eclipses have a shadow that does not reflect what should occur if a sphere was causing it. Number 45. Shadows are never bigger than the object casting it. The moon's shadow from a solar eclipse is about 70 miles wide, proving that it is less than 70 miles in diameter. Number 46. Seasons make better sense on a flat Earth model, as do jet streams and weather patterns. Check it out. Number 47. We wouldn't or shouldn't be able to see Venus or Mercury at night, yet we do. Number 48. The Bedford Level experiment proved no curvature over 10 miles of water. Number 49. If you shoot a cannon straight up in the air, it will fall straight back down, proving that the Earth has no motion. Number 50. The Antarctic webcam and other 24-hour footage of the sun are always edited. 8 hours are always cut from these webcams. There is no proof of a 24-hour sun in Antarctica. Are you waking up yet? Next time on Revealing Biblical Truths, we will delve deeper and go through the next 50 pieces of evidence for you to consider. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Turn on notifications so you don't miss out on future videos. Thanks for watching, and until next time, Shalom.